We won't stand for corruption. We won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen. Tiff and the Punisher, they won't back down. Fight for the children in every town.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all the those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CBS with high speed. We will do so much together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out, CBS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Tiff, Punisher, sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you headed for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior. And we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop.
So
Okay,
how
so
about I found it.
What did you find,
We
Tiff? This
have the
is not
right.
good.
We have the right
Oh,
to convert can call a grand jury, and it says that the founding fathers foresaw the creation of a buffer. The people may rely upon justice when public officials, including judges, criminally violate the law. So it says, we the people have legal recourse to address the criminal conduct of persons themselves entrusted to defend justice. The Supreme Court case of United States versus Williams. And it says the people
oh,
have the right to impanel their own grand juries and present a true bill of indictment to a court, which is then required to commence a criminal proceeding. I told you, I read that.
yeah,
yeah, and I
yeah.
have United States
I'm
versus
happy to
Williams
say.
right here.
Well, there you go. So, just for the audience, we're talking about the right of the people to convene a jural assembly, and this is one of the tools, powerful tools that we the people have to fight back against this absolute tyranny that's infecting our country at every level, including them kidnapping our children and telling us that they have the authority to do it when they don't. So, and they don't.
Right.
They don't
Well,
have the
that's
authority to take your kids. They can't come to your house, say, we're taking your kids. We have an order. So I would tell them, fuck your order. But to be fair, the better path for most
here's the thing.
people isn't quite
Everybody
as
says that.
confrontational as I would
Everybody
be.
says that. Everybody, no, that's not true. Everybody says that. They're like, if I was there, but you know what? Until you're there, it's a whole different game. When they show up,
Well, you're right, Darren. You're right, Darren. And,
you know
and
that
to be fair,
you're in that moment where they're gonna actually they are legit to remove your child. Like, this is no longer a drill.
yes,
people.
and most
It's
people,
game
because
on,
most people
you know?
don't have the education that they need to be able to deal with that situation. And it's very easy to say, if I were there, I would do blah, blah, blah. But
Right.
when you're actually in that position, it's a whole different scenario. I would
Right.
do that. But what I was saying was, I know most people wouldn't and maybe shouldn't, but knowing your rights is the key to be able to know the words and phrases to use at that moment, because no matter how stressed you are, you rely on that. You rely on what words come out of my mouth. My first statement is, I am a constitutional American. Let's let that be known, a constitutional American, because it grounds everyone in the reality that we live in a constitutional republic and they can't ignore the law. We all know they're going to try. That's already been established.
And they're most
But we
likely
at
going to
least
succeed at that
set.
moment.
Well, maybe. I'm just saying, if you don't know the words, your chance
don't
is
stand a
zero.
chance. Right. No, understood.
So
I mean, I'm
if
not saying people
you know
like
the
you.
words, you gain a little bit of your power back. And knowing all the right words actually increases your chances of prevailing significantly. And that's what we lack. We, the people, lack the knowledge of what to say, how to present yourself, and so forth. What I want is to hopefully educate all the audience, which I think a lot of your audience knows this, that being able to simply understand that we are constitutional Americans and they do not have the authority to take your children. They will say they do. They will claim they do. They will say whatever they need to say with their little mouths. Satan lies. It's really easy to lie. But the truth is, and if you look them in the eye and state this boldly, without hesitation, that they do not have the authority. Please, America, use that word, authority. You do not have the authority to kidnap my child. And that's where you have to start, because if you don't, you've lost. You've already lost. As soon as you give them authority by submitting, you've lost. They're going to
Now let's
steamroll
just
over
say,
you.
let's do this. Let's go into this scenario, which sucks, but we got to do it because we don't ever talk. They show up. They've got the paperwork. They've got the warrant. They're taking your kids. What's your next move?
Well, they're either going to take your kids, or if you try to resist in any way, they're going to injure you or kill you, or injure you and arrest you, and then claim that you were doing something bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there, Tiff, what's our next move? She's not listening.
Well, I kind of was, but this is what I was reading to find. It says a grand jury is neither judiciary, legislative, or an executive branch. It is no government but the people's government.
Well, I'll reserve to beg to differ on that, because they say that that's the executive branch privilege, since it has to be a true grand jury. In their eyes, in the corruption eyes, they have to be appointed by a judge, by a district judge.
Nope. United States versus Williams. It's in that case right there. It's in United States versus Williams. What?
Right. Case law is not law. Case law is an opinion.
Okay, but here's the thing. Any United States Supreme Court cases can be used in any court at any time, whether they recognize them or not. They set the precedent for the lower courts. That's what they do.
They say that this is probably the reason why Scalia is no longer. That's what's said about this. His answer on here, because he's the one that ruled in the.
And it specifically says for the officials that are criminally breaking the law and violating your rights. It's right here. Y'all need to read these books. This man should not be writing books and letting me find them.
Who is your author?
Huh?
Who's your author, Tiff?
John Darash, Darash. And he's a lawyer.
So he is a scum.
Parasitic bottom feeder. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, because he's a Constitution person.
He's messing with you, Tiff. He's just making a lawyer joke. But yeah. We know that, look, we cannot either categorically condemn or celebrate any group of people, whether they be lawyers, policemen, accountants, whatever. That people are people, and I know a few lawyers that are really good people, and so when I say lawyer, I really should say attorney. There actually is a difference. A lawyer is someone that's knowledgeable of the law. An attorney is someone that is a member of the bar and makes money overcharging people wildly for so-called legal services and
right, which is why you have the right to an attorney,
being scumbags.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what the Constitution says. The Constitution says counsel.
Correct.
I thought it said like any person, whatever, right?
No, well, it doesn't say any person. It says assistance of counsel, which is any person. It means you can choose whoever the fuck you want. You can have Johnny Knoxville from the goddamn Jackass crew to come in and help you in court. Anyone
I bet he would be really good.
Does not have
I bet he'd be awesome.
He probably would. He'd be better than
Johnny,
Johnny overpriced piece of shit that you hire that you're going to pay, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to, and he's drinking with the judge in the back room.
Right.
Yeah.
Some $5,000 bottle of scotch.
I heard some of what Dana said. And I just can't think that quick, because I'm going to tell you the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, what the fuck do you want?
We're going to have to listen. We're going to have to start putting a thing at the beginning of this show. Like, like in the olden days when it came on and said, this film has been rated R for profanity and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I like to say in some of my podcasts when I'm really angry, and I know I'm angry, and I always tell myself I'm not going to swear and I'm not going to get angry, right? Every time I do this, and then I lose my shit. So I go, you have to be this high to ride this ride. You need to be this tall.
Yes,
if you can't handle it, kid, get out. That's it. We're not going to warn you again. Okay, this is some blunt truth. Hear the truth, or hide like a scared little bitch, because that's where we are, America.
And we're going to cuss at you.
Well, they knew I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because once I get that body cam footage, we're posting it.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah, knowing your rights makes you much more powerful. It gives you tremendous power if you know your rights and you can articulate that to the people.
Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word. Just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. Fuck, as most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word frichen, which means to strike. In English, fuck falls into many grammatical categories. As a transitive verb, for instance, John fucked Shirley. As an intransitive verb, Shirley fucks. Its meaning's not always sexual. It can be used as an adjective, such as John's doing all the fucking work. As part of an adverb, Shirley talks too fucking much. As an adverb enhancing an adjective, Shirley is fucking beautiful. As a noun, I don't give a fuck. As part of a word, abso-fucking-lutely, or in-fucking-credible. And, as almost every word in a sentence, fuck the fucking fuckers. As you must realize, there aren't too many words with the versatility of fuck. As in these examples describing situations such as fraud, I got fucked at the used car lot. Dismay, oh fuck it. Try guess I'm really fucked now. Aggression, don't fuck with me, buddy. Difficulty, I don't understand this fucking question. Inquiry, who the fuck was that? Dissatisfaction, I don't like what the fuck is going on here. Incompetence, he's a fuck off. Dismissal, why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. With all of these multi-purpose applications, how can anyone be offended when you use the word? We say, use this unique, flexible word more often in your daily speech. It will identify the quality of your character immediately. Say it loudly and proudly. Fuck you!
All right. So there it is. That's it. So if everybody needs that definition, we just got it.
3 days a week.
So, I mean, don't you love that, Tiff? Isn't that great? The definition.
I sure do.
That's good. That's perfect. So we got that out. Classic Mommy, welcome back, dear. We're glad to have you back. Everybody, she had, if you guys could just put her family in your prayers. She had a tough little bet with some private family matters, but she did suffer a loss. So please put her in your prayers, guys. But she's back, pissed off and ready to fight the CPS monster. So that's cool. We're glad to have you back, Classic Mommy. Tammy, you, my friend, have shown me that you can be 100,000% positive in the direction of the prayer show. I want you to get in touch with me, and I want to start doing that with you however many often as you want, because I think that you would really do it. And even if you do it just 15 minutes in the daytime to pick it up, choose when you want to do it, whatever we can do, let's do that, because I think a lot of people would enjoy that. And I can definitely see that you are, you mean what you say what you mean. I know you've been with us for a long time, but yeah, do that. Let's get in touch so that way we can get you going on a prayer show, because I think a lot of people on this station would really enjoy that, and I know we would too. So please get in touch with me at the CPSV Hunting Justice. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, so we're on the grand jury topic, and we're kind of wow, Bonnie Street just got in touch with me. We're flipping back and forth between the grand jury and the CPS thing, but I'm going to flip back to the CPS thing. Tiff, what do we do when they come with a warrant? They come with everything they need. They're taking your child. What's your next move?
Well, the first thing you do is make sure that the warrant is valid, and it's got to be a removal order, because they still can't get a warrant to get in your house. Okay, there's a difference between a removal order and a search warrant.
Okay.
If they do come with the removal order, if you know that CPS is involved with you, you should automatically get on the phone and start finding somebody that can immediately go file for custody of your child, a motion to intervene. First one to the courthouse wins.
That's facts.
I keep saying it.
How many times have you said that? And would you say that that's changed the outcome of the cases that you've been working in?
80%.
Hear that? Hear that, people? 80%. Right? Like 80 freaking percent. That's a big, big difference than 0%. You know, clearly, yep, obviously, 80%. That was a joke. 80%. But yeah, 80%. So get your asses to the courthouse. Now, what are they taking to the courthouse with them? But first, before you go to that, if you guys had this here, if you guys had this,
yep,
you'd already know this stuff. Or if you passed it off to your friends or whatever, you guys would already have it. I'll put the link in the thing here, and let's see if you guys want to, possibly have one of these. They're great stocking stuffers and Halloween treats and whatever other holiday, stuff it for Thanksgiving, whatever you got to do. But everybody should have one of these books on your coffee table, because it does really have a ton of information in there. I wrote it myself. And it just has, it's got a lot in there that you can take from it. And I think you guys should grab it. And Tiff and I have a book coming out. We've slacked off a little bit in our final stages, but we have a series that we're doing that is coming out in the near future. So now that Dana's done working in things and being on the retirement circuit, maybe he'll have time to assist us in these things. But I wouldn't know that. He's busy right now trying to find a job after he's been retired. I don't know. He's crazy like that, I guess. I'm like, what the hell is the sense of getting retired?
Right.
I have him on mute there. Sorry, Dana. I took you off now. You're back in the saddle, brother. Maybe he's not ready for the saddle. So anyway, sorry. Now, so Tiff, what are they doing at the courthouse? What's happening there?
They're filing for, it depends on what state you're in. Some states call it emergency custody. Some states call it motion to intervene. Just go to the courthouse, tell them you want to file for an emergency hearing. Most of the ones that I do, what happens is they come on Friday. I get a call. I ask them how their relationship is with whomever. by Monday, other people are at the courthouse. By Wednesday or Friday, the children are out of foster care and with whomever has already filed a motion to intervene.
Wow.
Yep.
That's great. That's freaking awesome. That's good information. Katina, I'm sorry that I don't know what you did, but I don't know what you're saying that you did that and then the judge denied you. If you were the first one to the courthouse, I mean, there's not guarantees. I mean, there's no guarantees in any of this game because you know what? You can't take the corruption out of the courtroom. You can go there and do everything, Paul, that you're supposed to, everything that's right, and you just can't take that corruption away. You can't make that. You can't make that change. You know what I mean? You can't make the difference up of the corruption because it's going to be there regardless, and that sucks. And you can't. There's nothing that you can do to offset that. So I feel bad that you didn't get to share the same victories that Tiff did. But with that, there's an option. You know what? Because it's better than doing nothing. Because if you did nothing, first of all, you'd feel like an asshole for doing nothing. At least when people ask you that question, you're like, you know what, I did that and I didn't win. I lost. So that sucks that you lost, but at least there's action steps because this is where we're getting going, guys, with this movement now. Action steps, action steps, action steps. Like this is where we need to be now. Now we need to be on full throttle go. And that's why we're doing the Dave Waggle thing with them. The 7th, 8th, and 9th, I believe it is, right? Where we'll have live videos. Right. So we'll have people coming in and doing a 3 to 5 minute in front of like the local courthouses or wherever, something like that, where they're sitting out there, they're telling their stories or they're talking, preaching the corruption or whatever that's going on in these places. 3 to 5 minute videos, send it into the family court fraud warrior projects into their group. That way they can analyze these things and whatever. We'll be broadcasting it. I don't know how often Tiff will be with us. Actually, I don't even know exactly how it's going to be conveyed, but it is going to be conveyed, and we will get it done because that's what we do here. We're Action Team, Actions Network, Action Everything. So we will do that stuff. We'll be here on the 6th, 7th, and 8th, or 7th, 8th, and 9th. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what the days are. But it's really a worthy event to get into, and it's going to really help a lot of us. So everybody, someone from every group, do everything. Doesn't matter what you are, if you're CPS, family court, any of that stuff. You got to do something. It's whether it's take the videos, send in your stuff, and we'll get more into that, the next couple of days. So that way, which is only, holy smoke-a-roonies, it's only 3 days away, I think, to start.
I think it starts Monday.
Oh my. Hoping that
Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It might be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Let me get my official Dave Almanac out.
Yeah, let me look at the calendar.
I don't know what Dave is going to look at, but he's going to look at something too.
And I tell pregnant women to.
Oh my.
It's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I think. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And I tell pregnant women when they go in to give birth, if they know they have CPS breathing down their back, to transfer custody to whomever.
Is that a POA?
A power of attorney or temporary guardianship, because no child, no CPS case.
Now I can say that. So, whoops. Now what I can say about that is I too did that move, and what I was told, and this really pisses me off. My scum POS public pretender told me that handing over the power of attorney and the guardianship to my mother didn't matter. And that just let sit. That's not true. I know this now. But that's a great game to play with them, guys. A real good game to play with them. Katina, what do you mean? Can you do that again? What can you do again, hon? No problem, Alicia. We're always here waiting for you. And Debbie, that's awesome that you get to see your grandson. I'm so happy for you. That's exciting. It's exciting news.
I had,
Alicia, Alicia, stay
I
after.
had,
'Cause
I
you have to
helped
what?
with, me and Spanny had a case together.
Yeah.
And she called me because I'm one state away. She's like, the baby's about to be born. CPS is involved. So the grandma calls me. Mom's in labor. She's about to go into the operating room. And I'm like, well, do you know what the sex of the baby is? She said, yes. I said, do you know the name of the baby? She said, yes. I said, the very moment that
my
baby
gosh.
takes his first breath, you go down to the courthouse and you file for custody.
Tiff, did you read Alicia's comments?
No.
Sorry I'm so late to the show. Just got out of labor and delivery.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Alicia, well,
Is she
congratulations.
okay?
Well, she's messaging, so I'm assuming that she's definitely her fingers work.
Well, yeah.
Or it could be talk text. You're right, so that could be different. But Alicia, holy smokes. Congratulations.
Yeah, wow.
Did I even know that? Did we know that? Oh, yeah, we did know that she was pregnant. Yeah. Wow. I thought it was a lot further, like, down the road than today. I'm going to put this day down. Is today the baby's birthday? 9/4/2025? Oh, man. That's awesome. Wow.
What did you have, a boy or a girl?
Yeah, what's going on here? Can we get a what? Some info. I mean, hell, she's a strong woman. She'd probably come right on the show right now. That's my challenge to you. I challenge you. Alicia, come on right now. Talk to us here on this show. If you want, I'll put the link up. You click it, you come in, you say hi, guys, and then off we go. And we all say congratulations and hug you through the computer and everything and move along. But if you'd like to come in and let us all know.
Yes, you can file a motion to intervene because it's supposed to be on the third.
There you go, Alicia. That's for you. So congratulations. We didn't have baby.
Oh,
yet,
she said
so.
she didn't have the baby yet. Oh, she had Braxton Hicks.
Oh, okay. Jesus. Well, we practiced for the moment then. We got that off.
Yeah.
Katina, file for a motion to intervene again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go. I think you can file for a motion to intervene at any point, right? As long as you haven't been considered frivolous or yeah, right. As long as you haven't had frivolous filings, I'm pretty sure that
it shouldn't matter because this is why you go to the courthouse first. Okay, you go to the courthouse first because CPS can say whatever they want to say. Your petition is already in. It's not up to CPS anymore. It's now between you and the courts, not you, CPS, in the courts, because the first one to the courthouse wins.
Right, but I think she's saying that she's already done this once. She's already done this once. She's asking if she can do it again.
It's family first.
All right, there's not a fixed limit to the number of times you can file a motion to intervene.
No. Unless their rights are terminated. If their rights are terminated, you got 24 months to appeal it. And I only know one person that can do that, and that's Spanny. So you can file anytime you want. And don't let
Well,
CPS.
you can only do one motion to intervene per. Courts generally permit you to only do one motion to intervene per applicant or party. But it says that there's not a fixed limit on them, so I don't understand that. Unless you've been frivolous or told to stop, or you're harassing the court with them or whatever.
Oh yeah, don't become a gatekeepers, because then they won't hear nothing. They won't even, your stuff won't make it past the clerk.
And then you have to file when you're in a timely manner from when you were aware of whatever you're trying to intervene with. Like you can't do it 2 years after something happens or something like that. That's another thing, guys. Look, I know that everybody comes into this stuff and you become overnight lawyers, which is fine. We all do it. We all study this law. We start from down low and moving up. I strongly suggest the first thing you should learn, being a seasoned man here. I'm not obviously as seasoned as Tiff because she's crisp, but I strongly suggest you start with the Constitution and learning your constitutional rights. Right, Tiff? Would you say that that's the ground floor of starting all of this here if you're going to start pushing to become, your own representative and all this stuff?
Yeah, because if you can't just go in there and say you're violating my rights, because I'm going to tell you, somebody's going to ask you what your rights are, and I'm going to tell you, most people don't even know. They just know, right? They'll say you're violating my rights, and if the judge says, "Well, what rights are we violating?" You have to be like Dana. You have to be like Tiffany. You have to be like my son. You have to be very specific and clear of what rights they're violating.
Yes. When you're in court, you're in the devil's playground. You are playing chess with the devil. And the devil is cunning and ruthless, and you can win, but you must know your shit inside and out. You must be able to articulately say any response to any question they have. It is not an easy place to be. Unfortunately, that's the reality. It's not an easy place to be. If you hire an attorney, you may prevail, but we all know the cost is exorbitant. They want thousands of dollars. That's why rich people don't go to jail. That's the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth there, man.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
What do they say? Money walks, bullshit talks? Or
absolutely.
Or whatever the saying is.
Wait,
money talks, bullshit walks.
That's our slogan, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, it starts out with remembering the very, very basics of the law, which is that there is authority and there's power. So I have the power to do things that I don't have authority to do. So, for example, I could go down and if I wanted to rob a liquor store, I could do that. Take a gun down, point at the guy, you say, "Give me all your money or I'll shoot you." Guy gives you all the money. So that's power. But it's not authority. I don't have any authority to take the money out of the liquor store. It's not my money. I don't own it. Okay. As Americans, we have authority, but we don't exercise it. All the authority is ours. And when you speak with people in positions of power, you must use that word, authority. And that's why I always say the very first thing you tell everyone that comes against you is, by what authority do you come at me and ask me these questions? By what authority do you demand that I account for myself? With what authority do you order me to do a thing? And you'd be surprised. A lot of them will back down as soon as you use that phrase. A lot of them will. Not all of them. There's corruption. The corruption doesn't care about your rights. Yep. Respect my authority. Who are you dare to ask me questions? Get over there. Sit down. Shut up. You have some ID? Step out of the car. Roll the window down further. Where are you going? What's your name? You got some ID? Show me some ID. You're going to have to come down to the station with us. You need to come down to the station with us right now. You're in deep trouble. You're being detained.
Yes, you're being detained. You're right. Yeah, that's the one right there. You're being, but they can put their handcuffs on you. Let me put these bracelets on you while I detain you.
As soon as they do that, America, I swear to God, I'm telling you the truth right now. As soon as any so-called police officer puts his hand on you, touches you, he is committing a crime. That is assault. It's literally an assault. And unless that police officer looks you right in the eye and says to you, "I am placing you under arrest," they have no authority to touch you or interfere with you in any way. That's the truth. That's the truth. The reason they do it is because they get away with it. They get away with it because we tolerate it. We tolerate it because we're taught by the world that they can do it, and you damn well better shut your mouth and do what you're told. Unless you're really a fire-breathing pissant son of a bitch like me and Tiff and Pun, who's willing to look them right in the eye and say, fuck you. Who the goddamn fucking hell do you think you are? Right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what you should do
That's
every
it.
time. Who the fucking hell do you think you are coming
I
at
don't
me
even
to
get that
ask me
opportunity anymore.
questions?
They just throw me down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the tyranny. You know, they play the tyranny card at the end of the day. If they're really determined, if they really are going to, no matter what you do, okay, it won't matter. It won't matter that you use all the right words. It won't. It's just like a person who rapes you or murders you or steals your money. The guy puts a knife to you and he says, give me your fucking money or I'll kill you. I will cut your throat. Well, you better give him your money. Right?
No dollar.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
That's what these
you
people
got one
do.
option.
They
Listen,
are
you have one
tyrants.
chance. You got one chance, right, in that situation. You got one out, and you better give them that, right? Like, because you don't know if you don't do that, you know what you're, yeah. Give them the fucking money, man.
You might as well do it because your lawful remedies are not denied you. If you submit, if the guy says put your hands behind your back and you go okay and you put your hands behind your back, you don't give up your right to remedy. If he's arresting you falsely, it is a false arrest and that stands in court. You're in a corrupt court system, but I'm just saying it's better to just, do what you're told than to be beaten or murdered. And that's what tyrants do. They will kill you or beat the piss out of you if you dare to resist them and you dare to point out the fact that they don't have the authority to be doing whatever you're doing. That's unfortunate, but that's the reality that we face.
When they were here,
I just came
they
up with
wrote
this.
this bullshit summons. And he's reading it to me, right? And he's like, now you have to sign here. Here I go. I don't sign anything. Oh, you're refusing to sign? Here I go. I'm not signing anything. I don't sign anything.
Good
Fine.
on you. Good on you. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. See, think about the phrase he used, Tiff, right there.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to sign here.
You have to sign. You have to sign. You're gonna have to come down to the station. I'm gonna go ahead and search your car. See? Fuck no, you're not.
Yeah.
How about no?
Yeah, welcome to reverse psychology, right?
And the worst
I will literally say to them.
Go ahead.
I will literally say to them, you don't have my permission to do that. That's all you need to tell them, right? They can do it anyway. We all know they can. There's 20 armed cops there. They're going to do what they want. What are you going to do to stop them? Are you John Wick? No. So they're going to do what they want to do. All you can say is, you don't have my permission.
Then shut your mouth after that.
Bingo.
Well, look, listen. The worst thing a police officer can ask me, and he did, what is your problem? Because I told him what my problem was.
I wish I'd have been a fly on the wall for that one. Oh my God.
I'm
I would
getting
pay
the
real
body
money
cam
to see
footage.
that.
I'm getting the body cam footage. I said, I'm
that
cooking.
is hilarious.
So you will now be able to be a fly on the wall.
Kids in the tub.
Talk about opening up a can of worms.
Fucking property. That's what I told him. And the first thing he says to me is, no, I open my door and I'm like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, of course, the fuck word.
Yeah. Well, we need to, as Americans, ground ourselves in some very, very basic principles. And number one is when you're dealing with any position of authority, any authority person, any law enforcement, anything, the first thing you say is, who are you? I know that sounds odd, right? So the police show up in their cars with their badges and their logos on the cars, and the guy comes up to the front door, and we all know who he is, right? So you would not ask that question. Ask it. Don't assume anything. The guy shows up, knock, knock, knock on the door. And the very first thing out of your American, constitutional American mouth is, who are you? Right? And I want all the information, a name, a rank, a position, a badge number, everything you have. So it sets the tone. It sets the tone. I am not a subservient little bitch that you can come here and slap around. And you tell them, I'm a constitutional American. You're on my property. That's what Tiff said. You're on my property. Who are you and what the hell are you doing on my property? We don't assume they have the authority to be there. We don't assume they have valid cause or just cause. We don't assume that we don't have the right to ask these questions. We assume we do because they work for us. They are our servants. Our tax dollars pay for their salaries. Think about every time you get a check, you go somewhere, do work, you get a paycheck, and some of that check is taken away. You didn't tell them it was okay for that to happen. They just did it. They're taking that money, and this goes off for Social Security, state tax, federal tax, FICA. You didn't say, hey, please do take these things out of my check. Of the $200 I earned, I'd like you to take $50 right out of my pocket. They don't. Well, they take that money and they pay all those people, all of these so-called law enforcement people, all the agents. Remember that, agents. They get money out of our pockets. They steal money from us to pay these people. They literally work for us. So we ask the questions. We do not accept their authority at face value. We don't accept anything they say as truth. They have proven to have zero credibility. Zero credibility. Nothing they say can be assumed to be true.
That's less than
no
one.
claim they make.
So this is pretty much what I sent to the sheriff. I'm not going to say his name yet. I said, once again, your officers were on my property for a dog at large on September 1st, about 3:45 or 4 p.m. I want all the officers' badge numbers and names, as well as people reports, 911 calls, body cam footage, all under the Freedom of Information Act. Send it to my address.
Nice.
So we also need to set up a meeting with you because we need to talk about this. Because having 4 to 6 police officers and 3 police cars outside my home like I'm a criminal is unacceptable, ridiculous, and a waste of taxpayer money.
Yeah, they're supposedly investigating a dog at large complaint, and they had to send 4 squads of police. Are any of these police dog people? Like, any of them have dogs? Know anything about dogs? What is the dog at large doing? Is it menacing small town? Is it Godzilla? Is the dog Godzilla? Is he tearing through your small Tokyo town?
Tiffzilla.
Tearing down the buildings and ripping innocent people out of hospitals and devouring them. This sounds like a giant, heaping, steaming crock of bullshit to me.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But the original call, this is why the officer claimed he was so mad. We got a call that there's a vicious dog terrorizing the neighborhood. So all my neighbors that know she's my dog were like, she's not vicious. He wants to say hi.
A vicious dog terrorizing the neighborhood.
Yep, that's what the call was.
Terrorizing. I'm scared. Just hearing that description makes me want to hide in my house, Tiff. Oh my God, a vicious dog terrorizing.
I'm scared.
There's a vicious Pomeranian poodle mix terrorizing the local community, biting ankles at random, wantonly. One person had their socks severely torn by this vicious creature.
3 SUV police cars.
The horror. Oh my God.
And 4 to 6 police officers. 4 of them were on my property and 2 of them were talking to my neighbors.
There were a bunch of bored cops that night, Tiff. They were just hanging around with nothing to do, with their feet up on the dashes, and a call came through, vicious dog terrorizing, and they were loading their shotguns.
Jesus Christ, here we go.
They were loading their shotguns in the car. Oh, better get ready to take out this terrible dog. Yeah. Protect and serve, baby.
Yep.
I can't wait for the body cam footage to come in. And he knows I'm not playing because he sent me the last one. This is the
level of excitement that we're at. The body cam footage of kicking dogs.
The body cam
Dog
footage
at large.
of the
Yep.
vicious Pomeranian
Yeah.
growling
No,
menacingly
he's
at
a vicious.
squirrels.
But it's a vicious. That dog will scare people. There's no doubt about that. We'll give it that for facts. The
And
dog will make
if
people
there's
nervous.
one more call on my dog about a vicious call, they will literally seize my dog and put her down.
So Tiff's,
Which in my world is insane. As a dog lover, I can tell you, if you attack my dog, you're attacking my child. I've been brutally castigated for saying that, but that's how it is.
No way.
If you know dogs, if you are a dog person, you understand. That dog is not a dog. That dog is a member of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog is doing its job. The dog is protecting your home,
Mm-hmm.
patrolling the neighborhood. If your dog isn't attacking anyone, how many people
And
has
you're
your
doing
dog
it wrong.
bitten, Tiff?
You're doing it wrong. If your dog's
How
not
many
barking
what?
at an intruder or
How
attacking
many
someone,
people has your dog bitten? What's the body count? How many people has your dog viciously murdered? Zero.
Zero.
How many people
Right.
has your dog
Yeah.
attacked and bitten?
None.
None. Zero. Okay. Have your dog ever like growled and menacingly and snapped his jaws at someone? And no, never. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time.
So what is the definition being used of the whole vicious dog terrorizing thing? Because terrorizing is a
Right.
pretty extreme term. I'm thinking that dog's got to be like running around, growling at people, snapping,
Rough. Yep.
chasing after people. No,
Rough.
My
Huh.
dog,
and yet
my
all those
neighbors
police
came to
were out
me
there.
and said, one cop was like, "Oh, vicious, we got a call about a vicious dog terrorizing the neighborhood." Now, that's what my neighbor told me. And he was like, a vicious dog? She was barking and backing up. If she
Wait,
was a
a dog
vicious
barked?
dog, she
dog
would have
barked?
attacked me. He told
You're
me straight
saying
up.
your dog was barking like barking? Well, obviously that's vicious. I mean, that shows an intent
Really?
to kill right
The
there.
dog's just talking.
God help the whole neighborhood. I can see why
Mhm.
everyone was hiding in their homes and putting sandbags in front of their front doors.
50 cows are in the windows.
Yeah, oh yeah, that barking
barrel.
dog. But we need some
Complete
surface-to-air missiles for this thing.
Yes,
Let me
to
tell you, I'm
please get a
surprised they
Hummer
didn't
in.
call out SWAT in your neighborhood
Right.
to
They
come
probably
take
did.
out the
I thought
barking
that
dog.
they were, because I had to make a quick decision, right? Because I had
Oh
kids
my
in the bathtub.
God.
Do I stand
Call
here
in
and
the
cuss this
military.
man out? Or do
Yep,
I go in the
call
house,
the
get the
military.
kids out?
Look at Erica
You know-
Padilla says, Monday I had that same problem with my cat for animal abuse, and I live in a hotel.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Jesus almighty.
That's
God help
insane,
us
dude.
all.
Yeah, exactly. People have lost their minds, dude. The most people in this country have lost their damn minds. There's
Mhm.
no more reason and logic and common sense. And the neighbor's dog is barking. I mean, I've had dogs that have genuinely threatened me. Okay, I know when I'm being threatened by a dog. When I lived in a less reputable part of Bangor, I used to live in Capehart in Bangor, which is kind of a famous place. It's like crack whore
Bangor.
central. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Tiff,
I
I didn't
walked
tell
out
you.
my
Hold on,
front door.
Dana. Hold on. I got to interrupt you. You got to understand Bangor, Tiff. When you come into Bangor, there's a giant 25-foot tall Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
statue.
Yeah. At the Cross Insurance Center.
Yeah, when you come into Bangor, you
Yeah.
see Paul Bunyan. Now go
So
on.
I lived in a place where it was kind of a ghetto-ish sort of flavored place called Capehart. It's kind of famous. And walked out my front door one day, and there was a dog. I had no idea who this dog was. Never seen him before. Standing in kind of the walkway, and it caught me very much by surprise. I tend to walk really fast, and I walked right out the front door, and I'm striding forward. And I looked down and realized there was a dog there, and the dog like looked at me and curled his lip at me and growled. This was a very obvious menacing threat from a dog. Okay, I know when a dog is vicious. Barking is like what dogs do. It's like saying the human was talking. I thought the human was going to kill me because they were talking. Yeah, we talk. Dogs bark. That's crazy, Tiff.
I'm telling you, when they, that's why the first thing I started with, once again, they're on my property.
Ah, hey, check it out. Look at who we got here. Our man right here. We're anxiously waiting him to come and join us, but there he is. There's our boy. Make sure you guys check him out. Fostering Reality. Check him out on YouTube. Guys, he's the one that's on our website. He's the one that broke down the CPS system.
Oh, well, he
I
needs
don't
to
know
come
what
on
I
our
can't.
show.
Nah, he's coming. He's me and him have been conversating, and we're gonna we'll get that all lined up. But thanks for coming in tonight, man. That's really cool. But make sure you guys check out his site. Let me tell you. I'll tell you exactly what his site is. And check out his YouTube channel too, guys. Let me see. Indeed, if you're hearing me and you're still on here watching, it might be quicker for up and that. Please do feel free to use us as your billboard, man. Let me look up his website address. Now I got homework for everybody. I think we should have a homework assignment every Thursday when we leave this.
Nice.
Tomorrow's surprise show.
I like this.
Yeah, I think this week I want everybody to come back for Monday, and I want to have one website that helps you out in researching your CPS case. So one website that you would recommend that has information about your CPS cases or information to them or something. That way we can put together a thing on the website, on our website, cpsbreakingnews.com. I want to build a conglomeration of information sites for everybody to use. So this is your guys' homework to come back on Monday with at least one website, and we'll post it up in the chat, and we'll get a list going of those things. So if you guys could please do that homework, I would appreciate that, and I'm sure everybody else here would, and everybody that watches the shows will. So that would be great. Real great.
What's his website, Darren? I've been waiting for his YouTube channel.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I was getting to. Actually, you know what? Let's I'm gonna show one of Dana, you haven't seen his video yet, have you? Any of his videos. I'll put on one of his videos real quick while I'm finding his website. His latest one here. Hold on. I mean, this stuff, Dana, this stuff right here is gonna it's amazing what he's done to break this stuff down. And he lived this life, so he's coming from that other side, and he's coming out swinging, man. He's taking no prisoners. I'm excited to actually talk to him and hear what his personal story is, not just what we see from what he does here, which is amazing. But I'm really anxious to do that. Here we go. Here's one of his. Trying to find Reality Decoded. Let's see. That's not. I want to find his newest one here. Not the shorts. Okay, here we go. Check this out.
I'll try to get it all in one video, and I'll try to get everything in the comments. First, I'm of sound mind. I don't take any prescription drugs. I'm physically fit, mentally awake, and morally aligned. I've been conducting research and analyzing everything. Then, I'm breaking down my findings with you. I do not condone violence, and I wish no harm on anyone, including myself, and especially not the ones who could benefit from me staying silent. We see each other. Let's rewind real fast. First, we walked straight into the lobby of CPS. That's where we met the very lowest rung of the system ladder. They're the button pushers, the paper shufflers, the ones who show up in threes, sometimes with a cop, sometimes with a smirk. They look important and they act like shot callers. Be rattled, silenced, and compliant. But hear this, they don't make any decisions. They follow prompts. They're trained to escalate, not investigate. They're not experts, they're executioners. They point, click, copy, paste, drag, drop, and destroy. The clipboard isn't power, it's their script. Their safety plan isn't help, it's a trap. And that supervisor with the stern tone, they're still reading from the exact same flowchart. They run the interface, but they don't write the code. Next, we hit the back rooms. The Title IV-E architects, system designers, and the coders. They're the ones who actually built the rails that the caseworkers have to follow. We decoded how their decision trees work, how middleware routes your trauma through logic gates, and how services definitely aren't supports. They're actually behavioral capture points. Then we cracked the OS, their operating system. Middleware like Safe Measures and SACWIS, systems that turn raw emotion into metrics. They don't log what happened, they log your reaction, then they turn it into a flag, they tie it to funding, and they call that oversight. And now, here we are. We're at the boardroom. This is the state level layer. This is where trauma becomes policy and voted harm becomes law. You thought it was your caseworker that blocked reunification? Nope, Ola. The approval logic came from above. Let me break it down real quick. Between 2012 and 2019, over 30 US states entered Title IV-E waivers. That means that the federal government let those states rewrite the rules, test new removal logic, new case plan timelines, and new reunification criteria, all without telling the parents. These waivers gave CPS legal immunity to experiment with predictive models, trauma recovery timelines, and service layering strategies. They never told the parents. So if your case was in that window and your state was in that group, you were likely inside a live experiment, you weren't told, and you weren't asked. But your behavior, it was coded, tracked, and monetized. And those waivers, approved by your state board. Hey, just for educational and accountability disclosure, let's take a closer look at some of the actual people signing off on these. We'll stick to first names for now. Public roles, no hate, no threat, just transparency. There's Teresa. She's a voting member, trauma modeling consultant. She's tied to the Family Success Index. She pushed the idea that secure attachment can be measured through compliance, like session punctuality and emotional tone. Then there's David. He's a data systems integrator. He wrote the Medicaid CPS logic bridge. He helped design the schema that lets your therapy notes get mirrored into billing flags. There's Angela. She's a behavioral health contractor. She backed the rollout of adaptive compliance models where trauma behavior is flagged as failure to progress if not resolved on a fixed timeline. Then there's Brian. He's an attorney, ethics reviewer. He signed off on multiple contracts allowing behavioral alignment scoring to be used in reunification hearings without the parents' knowledge. There's Sharon. She's a former psychologist, now a compliance auditor. She helps push policies where flat affect gets coded as emotional detachment and defensive posture gets tagged as attachment avoidance. Susan, Greg, Mary, Anthony, Deborah, same types, same votes, same boards, different states. And they all report upstream. Now here's the part that they don't want you to realize. You're made to believe that these state boards, even the governors, they're the ones where the change happens. So you march, you protest, and you file complaints, thinking, well, that's due process. They can fix it. But here's the truth. They don't create policy. They don't build the models, and they don't architect this system. They only do what's handed to them, pre-packaged, pre-funded, pre-approved logic, and put right in front of them. So, when you show up thinking that they're the ones in charge, that's by design. It's a smokescreen. It's just a decoy. Because if they didn't create it, they certainly can't change it. So who created it? Who actually hands them the model? Who pays them for their time and trains them on how to vote? Well, that's the gray layer, and we're almost there. First, there's a couple things we need to understand about this gray layer. It has two primary parts. It has the companies behind the middleware, and then the real behind policies. They're not anonymous. You're just not supposed to see them. But they've seen us, and I've seen them. So let's talk about some architecture. Every behavior you show gets filtered through a logic scoring system. It's not human judgment, and it's not compassion. It's flagged-based algorithms. So if you go quiet to protect yourself, you're flagged as emotional flattening, passive withdrawal, avoidant attachment. What if you comply too quickly? Manipulative traits, social impression management. Say the right thing but show emotion, flagged as discordant effect and narrative emotional inconsistency. Refuse to engage, non-participation in treatment, resistant, or defiant. It's not called therapy, it's called observational behavioral risk coding, and it's done without a single psych evaluation needed to diagnose you. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. This coding system, it's not new. It's just evolved. In 2001, a federally funded pilot began in select states. It used family court data to test AI-based trauma prediction tools against actual case outcomes. No informed consent, no knowledge, therapists were blind coded, but the data, it was harvested, matched to Medicaid billing, and sold to third-party evaluators. That pilot became the behavioral service matrix that we use today. That system, it's still running, it's still expanding, and it's still voted on by your state board. So now that we're here, let's zoom in on what these boards actually vote on. They don't vote on individual cases. They vote on the models used to process your case. They approve trauma response templates. They vote on how trauma should look, not how it does. If your kid cries or shuts down, now coded behavior with a treatment plan, not a human response. These templates lock your child into a label that justifies the case staying open. They vote on parent risk scoring models. Before you even show up in court, a predictive model has already decided how likely you are to fail. These votes pick which algorithm gets to profile your parenting based on stats, not facts. You're guilty by data set. Middleware contracts. They don't manage cases, they manage code. These votes prove the companies running the systems of CPS, Safe Measures, SACWIS, Accenture. If the tech routes your case to TPR, the worker just clicks accept. Service tier definitions. Flag the funding logic. They vote on what behaviors make money. Crying, anger, silence, defiance. Every flag has a Medicaid code. The more flags they check, the more dollars they bill. Your breakdown is somebody else's paycheck. Reunification timeline rules. These votes set your clock, and they run it fast. 1 minute visit or a failed task and let failure to progress. They don't wait for change. They wait for the time to expire so that they can adopt out. And every one of those votes creates the system architecture your life gets judged inside. What's actually happening here is called forced behavioral standardization. You're being judged not on your love, not on your actions, but on your ability to match statistically normal emotion patterns after state-inflicted trauma. It's institutional equivalent of gaslighting through compliance metrics. The system wants you calm, insightful, apologetic, grateful, regulated, open, but only in the exact way that their data models expect. Anything outside of that is flagged. And the kicker, most trauma responses don't match those standards. So your grief gets coded as instability, your distrust an obstruction, and your fight is unfitness. Let me leave you with this loop. How many flags did your grief trigger? What diagnosis was built from your defense mechanisms? What funding stream did your survival pay for? And how long have they been watching families like ours? Everything in this video is for educational purposes. I'm not a lawyer or a therapist. This is not legal or clinical advice. Names used are publicly listed board members, and they're shared for accountability and transparency. Please do not contact or threaten anyone. This is exposure, not vengeance. This is architecture, not hate. Comments will include my sources, and the gray layer is next. Please like, share, comment, and repost. Thank you. I appreciate you.
How about that, dude?
That was a lot.
Now,
That's good stuff.
And it's all 100% legit. I've gone through. I've looked at the stuff. This guy is a machine, and he's making waves, man. But we need to get him out there. So I'm going to put an addition onto the homework. Everybody that watching this show, go check out Fostering Reality. Check out his YouTube channel. Get caught up on what he is talking about, because I'm going to see if we can't get him on the show next week. That will be definitely a show to watch. So on top of coming up with one place that you can go to get information for CPS and defenses, I want you guys to go to YouTube and watch all of his stuff. Just search Fostering Reality, and you will be able to catch up on all of those, because he has multiple parts. He's got all kinds of other videos that are freaking. It's you know what, he's bringing a whole new view to the CPS thing that people aren't looking at, and I think he's right on the money, man. That's my opinion.
I just subscribed to his channel, but you need to get in touch with him so he can link up with us, because I don't know why he only has 95 followers. He should have way more than that. But we all know shadow ban.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
everybody get on there and make sure you subscribe to him too.
Isn't he commenting in the comments? Isn't that him commenting in the comments?
For your friends.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him right there.
Get him in here.
Yep. So, he will be here next week. I'll hear that, D. You'd be here next week.
Be here, brother. Be here. Let's spread the word. Spread your voice. Amplify your voice.
Yeah.
Good work. Fucking
yes,
A right.
Sir. All right. Yes, sir. So tomorrow's random time day. So when you get the alert, that means there may not be with us, but Tiff and I will be. And that's what I got for today. What about you, D?
I may or may not, but I appreciate you, Darren. I want to say again, you said something when we were talking earlier before the show started. You said we should all say something positive about each other at the start of the show, but let's end the show with that. Okay, so I'm going to do a video about Darren. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I said it. Okay.
Wow.
So Darren is underrated, undersold, vilified, castigated, mocked, ridiculed, condemned, which is one of the reasons that I ally with him, because I am also all of those things. And that's what the evil overlords and their minions do. As soon as someone comes forward with a powerful message, they leap, they swarm onto that person, and they use every tool available to deny, decry, mock, condemn, ridicule that person. And that's because they have a powerful message, and the Dark Overlords and their minions don't like that message. So Darren is a guy who is, so far, in my world, a flippin' genius, and absolutely has articulate arguments and points, and presents a path of resolution, a remedy. That's what we need to look for. Everyone complains. Everyone's unhappy. Everyone says, oh my God, I'm so mad. Someone should do something. Well, here's Darren, and he is doing something. So, hell yeah, I'm on board supporting him. Tiff, you are a fucking badass. I love your passion, your harsh, blunt, strong voice of truth. And because you're speaking the truth, you know, she's not looking to get rich or famous. She's not looking for some sponsor to send her a giant check. She's not trying to ride anyone's coattails to the top. She is just speaking the truth. And the truth is the sword of God.
That's facts. That is
And I
facts.
just love both of you guys because like-minded people, right? We just flock together. And we can talk because we know what we're saying is the truth. And that's why I love the little team that we brought together, because we are a family now. And I absolutely love working with the people that we got now, because when you work with other people who don't really understand, especially for me, because I've been doing this for so long, and people are like, Tiffany, the Constitution doesn't work. I got tired of hearing that shit. So when I heard you talk about it, I was like, yes. So I love working with you, both of you. And Darren already knows. I already told him a long time ago. He's just like my brother, man. He could be my brother. You could be my brother. And we're all in the same
Amen.
age range, or
Tribe.
whatever. Oh Lord, this boy over here naked.
You
But
guys way older than us.
God bless him. God bless the children. God
he's
bless the children.
mooning me.
Keep them safe. I've been
but
moved
yeah,
many times.
so I love both of you.
Love you back.
Get your little naked behind away from here.
Well, my comment would be like you can only be as good of a leader as the people that you surround yourself with. So not only does it go to you two, but it also goes to all the people that watch our show, that comment, that are here every day with us. They're all just as important and just as much part of this to make this thing successful. Now we're going to ask D-Man to get on here. He's agreed to come in, and we're going to take him in just like everybody else, and he's going to be part of our family, and he's going to add another dimension. I know that this is going to be a good thing, but for you two, I can only be as good as I can be because of you guys. So that's the way it is.
Oh, I'm right here with you, brother. Right here with you.
So guys, we will be back tomorrow at the random Friday time day. I did want to make a comment about where is it here real quick before we get out of here. Tracy, thank you for coming in, Tracy. We've got your comments. We're going to look over those. Make sure that I don't know if you've emailed yet or haven't, but make sure you email us because we want to talk to you. So your comments are not going unsaid of, but I think they deserve more time than just a quick brief over. So make sure you email us, because let's get you on a show next week so that you can talk about what's really going on and what happened there. And Alicia, hold on to that baby for a little bit longer, like you said. And you know what? For everybody else, let's watch this shit tomorrow. And make sure you guys do your homework over the weekend, please.
Love the song, brother. Freaking awesome
just
song.
For you, buddy. This is just you.
I know. It's amazing.
That's right.
Mickey, your ringtone.
Love it. I will.
All All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
He says, wake up now, people. Look what they're doing to our town. We gotta wake up now, people. Look what they're doing to our town. So he's reading the Constitution and he's calling up his friends. He says, I'm ready for a revolution and I won't stop till the end. He says, wake up now, people. We can't let this happen again. We gotta wake up now, people. We can't let this happen again. He's gonna rise, he's gonna rise, he's gonna rise up. He's gonna rise, he's gonna rise, he's gonna rise up. So there's a new king of the country, and he goes by Angry Sea, and he's telling all the people what the government won't let him see. He says, wait.